One. Okay, today, Dave, I like to give you the rules for the fractal trades. What we do, we look for a standalone fractal on a long-term and short-term frame. Today, we had a fractal on the 10-hour time frame. Okay, when you go to the longer time frame, it'll give you the general long-term trend. Okay, today is bearish. Now, what you do is you don't want to go long, you want to go short. So what you have to do, then you go to the smaller time frame, like we did today, on the 15-minute time frame, because on the 15-minute time frame, there is a clear fractal. Now, when you see a clear fractal, okay, you have a top and a bottom. At the top, you draw your fractal band, and on the bottom, you draw another line of fractal band, okay? Every time you see a fractal, you have to draw your bands for the top and for the bottom. Why? For example, if you have a top fractal, okay, which we have today on a 15-minute time frame, that means the market should go down, right? However, sometimes the market will do the opposite. That's when you flip and go long, or you do a buy stop times two. And likewise, if you have a bottom fractal, you would go long and then put a sell stop in case the market goes back down again. Okay, so that's actually the mantra of trading fractals. We're trying to find a standalone fractal on a time frame to begin with. Again, you look at the longer term time frame. For example, the 10-hour, it's pointing down. All right. Now, if we have a standalone fractal bottom on the 10-hour time frame, we would want to go up on a trade. Okay, so right now, if you take a look at the microgrid here, okay, we had a setup here, if you'll see my chart, and we had a bottom here, and we have a top. So go ahead.
Where is the picture supposed to be showing? Are you, is it supposed to be some video on the phone too, or?
No, I'm recording on my computer here, and when I'm done, I'll give it to you because you can't see my
You on your phone? I mean, on your computer, right?
yeah, right. No, you can't see this until we're done, and then I'll send you the video.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to walk you through this, and then you'll hear and see everything on the video clip. Okay. Well, when we're done. All right. Now, uh, the 20-minute fractal, I had a bottom there around 41.51. Okay, and it had a little throw over there, and then I put on the chart below that bottom, okay, to short. Now, the reason I did that is that that would become a bottom reversal. So if you find a bottom fractal, which we did today on the 20-minute time frame, it would go up, which it kind of did, but then again, it stopped on resistance at the top of the fractal. Then it fell back down again. Okay, then it broke its support around 41.55. That's called a bottom reversal. So the fractal is going to give you a top or a bottom. Now, if we find a bottom, okay, we're expecting the market to rally. However, if it goes the other way, that's called a bottom reversal on a bottom fractal. Likewise, on a fractal top, okay, the market will go down. However, if it goes back up again, that's called a top reversal, right? So on the fractal, you have a top and a bottom, and then you have a top reversal, and then you have a bottom reversal. So it really doesn't matter what the market does because you're going to be hedged at the top or the bottom. Okay. Now this morning here we're down about uh, 45 points. We shorted around 56. We're trading at 45. Okay, there's your 10 points. Now when we trade, we want to trade for the 10 points, right? Now, if there's another fractal appearing on the time frame, you may want to add or hold on to that position. Right now, looking at the smaller time frames, we have a straight line down. When you have a straight line down, that's not a fractal. You can't do anything. So if you can't do anything, you just hold on to your original position, okay, and move your sell stop down. Say, for example, because we had a bottom and it just reversed to the downside. That's a top reversal on the 20-minute time frame. On the 15-minute time frame, we had a clear top, a 7 up. Okay, every time you see a 7 up, that's a top. And then on the 20-minute time frame, we had 7 down, that's the bottom. It kind of rallied, but then it became a bottom reversal and it's going lower and lower and lower. Hence, if you see a straight line, there's nothing you can do. You have to wait. You have to wait and you have to be patient. The key is to find the roughness and the jagged line where you can find the fractals. So looking at the 1 minute time frame, we have nothing there. We're focusing actually right now on that 10-hour time frame. And oh, yesterday we had I called the top to the market on a longer time frame. If I can bring this up here, maybe I'll have to show you. Hold on here. I'm going to bring this up. Again, you can view this when I give you the video. I just kind of experimenting. Um, Now, on the 3-hour time frame on the microgrid, we have a clear fractal top at 41.92. Right, that kind of helps the case for a bearish trade. Now, let me flip from the microgrid. We're going to flip to the macro grid. Now, on the macro grid, okay, on a daily chart, okay, you'll be able to view this on the video. I'm going to draw this up here. Okay, I've been watching this fractal all day yesterday. Okay, and I'm going to outline it for you. And what we had a daily fractal going back 1 year. That is a standalone fractal all by itself. So what we do on the daily chart, we draw our fractal bands. We have a top at 4168, okay, and we're assuming it's going to be a top at 4168. However, if it goes up above 4168, that becomes a top reversal, meaning the market's going to rally higher. But I kind of doubt that. All right, we have a top at 4167, and then we have another bottom here at approximately 39.21. Okay, that would be my initial target for the market to fall from 41.68 down to 39.25. So on a longer time frame, it's very bearish. So if you see a particular fractal on the macro grid indicating the larger time frames, okay, that will tell you the general trend of the market. Okay, we caught that yesterday, and when I woke up this morning, it was still bearish. We were down about 20 points or so, and we have a bearish tone to the market. So if we have a bearish tone to the market from the macro longer time frames, we're going to concentrate on doing a short trade because the market's going to go down. So now I'm going to go from the macro grid to the micro grid to do an update on what's happening. Now, once we get loaded here, okay, on the 10-minute time frame, um, we have a straight line down. On the 5-minute time frame, almost. Well, wait. No, we have to wait. Well, okay. Now we have to be on alert here. Okay, because on the 5-minute time frame, we have another standalone fractal. Okay, uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That fractal has to stop around 31, 36. Okay, and we're going to have a turn. Again, it's a bounce, and we don't know how high it's going to go until another fractal appears on a time frame, primarily a micro time frame. So we're going to keep our eye on that 5-minute fractal, and what we're going to do again, we're going to mark it, put it into a nice rectangle, and we're going to draw the fractal bands on the top of the 5-minute fractal, and then we're going to put a band on the bottom of the fractal, about 41, 37. Okay, so that would be your range, for the top and the bottom. However, again, we're at the open, and the market, again, is like a jumping bean, and you have to kind of be careful. But if you look at the different time frames, it'll help. Okay, we're currently short on a 15-minute time frame. That is going straight down. Okay. Now, will it continue to go down? We're down 55 points. Well, that's a good sign. Again, we don't know until we get another indication or a turn from another time frame. Now, the 5-minute time frame, I'm going to enlarge this a little here. Okay, the 5-minute time frame is indicating a turn. Okay, now it could turn up maybe 10, 20 points, then go back down again. Now, if it does that, okay, that's called a bottom reversal because actually the market made a low turn here on 5-minute time frame. Okay, it could do a bottom reversal. Is going back up here again. But again, on the longer term time frame, i.e., the 15-minute time frame, still bearish. The 10-hour time frame is still bearish too. So the market could jump up here a little and go back down again below the bottom of the 5-minute fractal. I'm going to open it a little here. Okay, there you can see it right there. So on the 5-minute time frame, again, you have the top and you have the bottom. If the fractal does not hold the top, it becomes a top reversal, meaning it's going to go up. On the bottom, okay, we have a bottom fractal, meaning the market's going to go up. If the market does not go up, it becomes a bottom reversal. So you have two scenarios, either up or down for the top, up or down for the bottom. It's pretty simple. Now, when you do a trade, you want to do a hedge, okay? Because the fractals move at times radically, and it could change a direction. For example, on 5-minute time frame, uh, let's assume right now we're currently short. Let's assume the market is made a bottom here and it's going to go back up. Okay, so you have two decisions here. Number one, you can go long on that bottom fractal. Okay, now if you go long on the bottom fractal, all right, you have to put in two orders. Okay, now the one order is going to put you long. All right, currently we moved from 4137 to 4143. Okay, we caught the bottom of the fractal. Now, what we have to do is have another order in there, all right, around a little below the fractal, maybe around 4136. We would do a sell stop times 2. That will take you out of the long, okay, number one. Number two, then it will put a trade on the downside, and you would do the same technique for the top. Okay, so if you found the top, for example, at 41.73, okay, you would short. Now, in order to protect yourself, okay, uh, what you want to do at the top, in case there's a top reversal, okay, you want to do a buy stop times two, okay, meaning if the market starts to rally above the top, okay, one order will take you out of the long, and another order will make you long because you have a top reversal. And you can do that on any time frame in any market. The fractals appear every minute, every week, every day, every month, every year, going back and back. Now, I'm looking at the 5 minute time frame. We got that uh, around 41.37, and now we're at 44. Now, how did I do that? I'm very familiar with the standalone fractals. Again, we're looking at an art form, and when I see a particular form or pattern, okay, I know what's going to happen, or ideally what would happen. Going back to 15-minute time frame, we have a straight line down. Okay, so in this case here, the bottom was, or the top was at 41.73. We did the trade there on the 15-minute setup. I did put that on Telegram, and you would put your stop around in that area, and as the market falls, you move that stop down. Okay, so you're moving the stop down from all the way from 41.75. Wow, we're trading at 41.44. That was a good trade, and I posted that real time. And you can do this every day in any market. You can do it on crypto. You can do it on Forex. You can do it on the Dow, on the NASDAQ. You can do it on stocks too. Okay. So again, you can apply the fractal technique on any market in any time frame. The principle works the same. Now, going back to the 5 minute time frame, we had that little bounce that we caught. Okay. Now, the bottom of that fractal is at 41.37 or so. Okay. Now, what you want to do, okay, if you want to just do a scalp or a day trade, okay, uh, you could go short there, okay, say at 41.37, all right, and you're hoping that the market is going to continue to go down, but at the same time, you're going to do buy stop in case the market decides to go back up again. All right. The 5 minute fractal is pretty reliable, but right now, the 15-minute fractal, we still have a straight line right down. We're down 50 points. Why did that happen? Oh, good point. At 8:30, now I don't read the news, okay? And at 8:30, I'm looking at all the time frames, and they're going up and down, up and down, up and down. And then I asked Neil, "What's going on?" I said, "Is there a report here today?" He said, "Yeah, a jobs report." So when that happens, something's going to happen. It was just going up and down, and it's hard to trade in an environment. That's why it's best to do it like at 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I was up 3 o'clock in the morning actually watching the market, and I didn't see anything actually develop, and I had to wait until about when did we do that trade? We did that trade around 8 o'clock. Okay. 8 o'clock was the actual top. Now, I did not read the news or anything. Okay. And I just said to myself, yep, that's a fractal top. Okay. And that was on a setup. And then it kept going down 8 o'clock. And let me see what happens here. Um, okay. It broke support if my computer is getting this correctly. It broke support exactly at 8:30 when that report came out on jobs. Okay, and but we were short from the top anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But it's uncanny that the bottom broke on the 15th time frame at 8:30, exactly when the job report came out. Going back to the 15-minute time frame, that bottom is still kind of holding here. Okay, so if we're short on the 15-minute time frame and that 5-minute bottom does not hold, it becomes a bottom reversal, meaning it's going to go lower. So the fractals will guide you to the direction of the market, whether it goes up or down, whatever position you have. You're going to be hedged, and now at the point in time here, we have to keep our eyes open on the 15-minute time frame and the 5-minute time frame. On the 5-minute time frame, again, if we break that bottom, which we identified on the standalone fractal, that means a bottom reversal. That means the market is going to go down, and hence our short trade on the 50-minute time frame we hang on to. Okay. Uh, or you can take your profit here. We got about maybe 12 points. Okay, I would recommend doing that because at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock or maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're gonna have another setup. You're gonna see another fractal. Actually, you could do this all day long. Sometimes I'll do one trade an hour. Okay, if there's a clear fractal. Now, if there's not a clear fractal, obviously you have to wait. So the key is to wait for a clear fractal to appear, and then you pull the trigger, and then you have a trade. Right now, the 5-minute time frame bottom is still holding. Okay, we might get a bounce, but I think right now we're down 50 points, and I think we're going to go down. We're down 52 points. Okay, so if you're short on the 15-minute time frame, which we are, we keep our eye on the 5-minute time frame, and if the 5-minute time frame on that fractal goes below 4137, okay, that's a bottom reversal. That fractal will confirm the downtrend on the 50-minute time frame. So you can hang on to that trade and move your stop down and stay with the trade. So the 5-minute time frame is going to be your guide for the 15-minute time frame. And right now, that 5-minute time frame is hanging tough at 4137. Now we have to break that. And if we break that, again, it's a bottom reversal. And that 5-minute time frame will tell us what to do with the 15-minute time frame, which is short. Now, at times, at again, we're looking at art form on the bottom and the top. You have spikes going up and down, so you have to kind of learn how to handle the spike. For example, on the open, I mean, the market was just going up and down, up and down, up and down. And when you find a top and a bottom to the fractal, you have to be very aware of the spike because you might get taken out. But looking at the other time frames, they kind of help you determine if that spike is real or not. Right now, just nothing on the 1-minute time frame. We're going to close that time frame. We have nothing on the 3-minute time frame. I'm going to close that time frame. Okay, so all we're going to do now is look at the 5-minute time frame, the 10-minute time frame. Actually, we had a fractal there too, which I'm going to let me open that up for you. And again, you'll recognize over time, you'll memorize these fractals, and they're as clear as apple pie. So I'm going to put a rectangle on that 10-minute fractal. When you see that 10-minute fractal on a 10-minute time frame, the top there was 4172. The bottom on the 10-minute time frame was about 4154. Okay, the top you could have shorted there, but I was more confident on the 15-minute time frame rather than the on the 10-minute time frame. So right now, we're focusing in the 5-minute time frame, 10-minute time frame, and a 15-minute time frame, which was a big winner. Personally, I would take my 10 points here because we can always do another trade um, uh, at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock if you want, or just call it a day. Going back to the 5-minute time frame, the bottom is still holding, okay? Meaning we're going to have a little bounce. If that is the case, I would definitely take my 12-point profit right around here at 41.42. Okay, the 5-minute time frame, very classic, very clear, very hard to miss. On the 15-minute time frame, that's another classic fractal. The fractal library contains all of these fractals. You have them on all of our videos, okay? When I have a fractal in a rectangle, okay, that you have to memorize, write it down, put it on a piece of paper, put it in your drawer, put it on a flashcard so you remember. But over time, again, we're going to be together for a year. Okay, over time, by doing this like every day, as I have done even over the years, again, I can just simply look at the monitor and say, oh, there it is. There's a top or a bottom. And then I wait for a little confirmation. Then I pull the trigger and I do the trade. Right now, we have all straight lines except the 5-minute fractal. The 5-minute fractal now is going to determine what happens to the 15-minute time frame trade that we did. Okay, so you'll get this video, and then you can hopefully it'll drop into your channel. Now it's your time to talk here, Dave. Um, do you have any questions here so we can uh, explain things to you? Okay, we're down 51 points. Okay, I'll let you take the roll here now. Go ahead. Anything you want to know here or not, Clark?
Currently, yeah, Fractal's, I mean, they're like 32-0.
Yeah.
Believe, well, currently, the Fractal, like, we only think of like,
Go ahead. I'm listening. Okay, Dave. Briefly, yeah, there's about 32 of them. Okay, but there's a handful of fractals that are very, very dependable. And generally, most of my trades are just based on those simple fractals. For example, the slider, okay, that's very reliable. Okay, the 7 up or 7 down, that's very reliable. Okay, you have the 3 up, that's very reliable. So we have actually a handful of limited fractals uh, that we can deal with. And what we want to do is kind of concentrate on the basic fractals. For example, the 7 up, 7 down, and a slider. Okay. So once we master those particular fractals, then we can move on to the other fractals and then cover the base copy concept where you can find, which I did yesterday. I took the long-term I think it was 12-hour chart. And what I did, Dave, okay, on a 12-hour chart, we'll cover this a little bit later. On a 12-hour chart, I put that right next to the 5-minute chart. Okay, so we have the 12-hour chart sitting right next to the 5-minute chart. And what I do on a 5-minute chart, okay, I go back, say about 90 days. And I keep scrolling back until I find a match from the 5 minute time frame that will resemble the 12-hour time frame. Now, that's going to take a little time to do, all right, if you're willing to do that. But eventually, you'll find a similarity on the 5 minute chart against the 12-hour chart. Okay. And what you do, you kind of overlay the both of them, and then you can find another turning point. Or you can take the 12-hour chart, okay, and maybe compare it to the 10-minute chart. You go back on a 10-minute chart to see if you can find a match for the 12-hour chart. Okay, and that's how I determined the top yesterday um, for the 12-hour chart, which means it's very bearish. Okay, right now on the 5 minute chart, we're breaking that support. Now, if we break that support, what is that called, David? Yeah, it's called a bottom what? We're breaking the bottom. A bottom what? We broke the bottom here. We're going a little bit higher. We're kind of dancing on the bottom here, but we're breaking the fractal band on the bottom. So if we break that bottom, what's the word we're going to use to describe that particular fractal? At the bottom, it's not going up. A bottom reversal. So instead of going up, it's going to get reverse down and continue to go down. When that happens, that's a bottom reversal. Now, if that happens, which it appears to be right now, we're at 41.35, that 5 minute fractal there is going to help us on the 50-minute trade setup that we did today. Okay, now going back to that 5 minute fractal, okay, it's kind of bouncing around here because I don't know what time it is. Um, Go ahead and watch. Oh, there it is. 9/11. Okay. The market didn't even open yet. So this should be pretty interesting. Considering the market went down 55 points here, I would think, again, I'm guessing because I have no clear additional fractals here. I think the market is going to go down a little bit higher or lower. All right. So I would hold on to the 15-minute time frame, and because the 5 minute time frame is telling me it's not holding, and I think we're going down a little bit more. But again, we made a 12, 13 points, so I would be out of the trade. Now, going back to the 5 minute time frame, again, you can see that when standalone fractal. Now, that could change into a 7 down, but it doesn't really look right, like the 15-minute time frame. But that's possible. If you have a feeling that's going to happen, then you can exit the trade and try again. Okay. Looking at the other time frames, um, I'm looking at like the 30. Now we have a line down. We can't do anything there. The 3 hour time frame. We got something here. Okay, I'm gonna bring that up again. You're gonna view the video and you'll see everything I'm doing here. Okay. We have. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna move that up a little. We don't have anything on the 8 hour or 4 hour time frame. Now on the 3 hour time frame. Okay. We have a fractal in progress. And what that means is it looks like a standalone fractal, maybe a little bit lower here, maybe around, maybe around 41.30 or so. There's Neil says he he's looking at a top for gold. Again, you can trade the fractals on any market. We cover them all. Um, but if you look at the 3 hour time frame, when you look at the video there, that's a typical standalone fractal, meaning we may have a good bounce. If it ends near where we're at right now, let's see here, around 31, maybe 30, 41, 33. And what I do there, I measure the top leg of the fractal going at 92 to 65. I find that difference there, maybe what, 30 points. And then I go back down to the other leg and I'm saying, okay, let's add 30 points there. That would be around 41.30. So if the 3 hour fractal stops at around 41.30 and starts to rally, that means that's a turning point. The fractals only give you the turning point. Again, we don't know how far up, how far down until another turning point appears. So what we're doing with the market, with the fractals, basically looking for the turning points, okay, based on the form of the fractals. Again, we have a handful of fractals which you're getting good to identify. The slider, that's pretty easy to find out. The 7 up and 7 down, they're pretty easy to find too, okay? And once you find a fractal, you draw your fractal bands, and if there's a confirmation, for example, on the bottom, that market's going to rally, then you can enter, okay, and then you put your two stops in there, okay, one to get you out of the original trade, and another one to do a flip. You can do that on the bottom, and you can do that on the top. So right now we have a little warning on the 3 hour time frame that the market may turn around here. We're down 53 points, but I wouldn't do anything because we haven't confirmed that 3 hour fractal. And if I bring this down a little, okay, um, we don't have anything on the 5 minute time frame. It's kind of bouncing around at the support there around 41.36. Um, see, let's go to again, you'll see this when I give you the video. Okay, okay, that 20-minute time frame, we had a nice top there. It doesn't seem to be turning. Now the 15-minute time frame is kind of turning up now, right? So the 5 minute time frame isn't too clear. We're going to close that out. Now, what we're going to do now, okay, to give us a little guidance on what the market's going to do, say you're short on the 15-minute time frame, you then go to the 3 hour time frame because that's a standalone fractal. And it should bottom around 41.40. A lot of times you can get the bottom tick, you can get the top tick, but the 3 hour time frame, that's going to be a little tough to manage. It's going to be somewhere around 40 to 30. Okay. And then if it hits around 30 or so, okay, you draw your fractal bands, the top and the bottom, and then you can go along around 30. Okay. And that fractal is going to interfere with the 15-minute fractal, which is going straight down. Right now, the 15-minute time frame fractal is kind of bouncing up, and the reason it's bouncing up is because on the 3 hour time frame we have a fractal in progress. So the 3 hour fractal is telling us we're going to have a different direction, meaning up. If it keeps if it stops around here, the 3 hour fractal is giving us a little roadmap for that 15-minute short trade that we did. But we're pretty close to the open here, and a lot can happen. Again, ideally, what you want to do, you want to do the trade early in the morning. There have been studies going back maybe I think 20 years. I put that chart up, and most of the big swings in the market, either up or down, they begin in the after hours. Okay, that means uh, after the cash markets are done, futures open, night and they trade. That's when you get to trade. Okay. Um, so that's why I traded futures. Now you can apply this to like the Dow and everything. But for example, this morning, uh, you're looking at the Dow. I mean, it didn't even open up yet. There's no way you're going to get in. Okay, so the futures are going to tell you what's going to happen to the cash market, right? So that's why I don't trade the Dow unless sometime during the day, a fractal might appear on the Dow, and then I can trade it. But if you get up early in the morning, okay, the futures will give you a pretty good indication of what's going to happen throughout the day. Generally, today is pretty bearish. Going back to the 5-minute fractal, again, you'll see everything on the video here. We're still playing around with that bottom there, around 37. Okay, so if that breaks the bottom there, that becomes a bottom reversal, and that means the market is going to go down further, and that will direct the direction for the 50-minute time frame. Is going to go down further. Right now, we're sitting at 37. Our attention should be on the 5-minute time frame, the 50-minute time frame, and also on the 3-hour time frame. The 3-hour time frame looks pretty good for the bottom. It could go down a little bit more on the open, I would think. Now, if it goes down on the open, okay, and it starts to rally, and if it holds, say, beyond 1030, that would be a good indication that the market is going to maybe retrace back up a little and then go back down. All right. So what we're doing here all day long, we're looking at all these time frames on the grid. You find the larger trend on the macro grid, the longer time frames. Okay, they'll give you the general trend of the market. Right now, definitely bearish. Okay, so I'm not even consider doing a long trade. Okay, what you want to do, you want to do a trade for the market to go down well, actually, yeah. When you get a decline, they're very quick and they're very deep. Okay, and I think you make more money, playing the market to the downside than you would on the upside. Okay, and that's why I like to short. And now we're in a great environment because everything is really bearish. Okay, the market's down 55 points here. Again, I'm looking at that 3-hour time frame. Okay, that's my focus. And then I have my eye on that 5-minute time frame. Okay. Now, if you're a scalper, what you can do, all right. For example, we have a clear fractal on the 5-minute time frame. The bottom's around here around 30. The bottom is around 37.91. Now, if you're a scalper, what you can do, okay, you can short the market right here, say around 36, okay, and you have one contract in play, hoping that the market will go down on the 5-minute time frame. Now, however, if you got executed on the trade to the downside, you put a buy stop near your entry point on that short trade. And if the market goes back up again, what's going to happen? That buy stop will get you out of the short trade. You're out, and then it will execute a long trade. Then you're long. Okay, that's for scalping if you want to do that. Okay, so either way, you're probably going to make money, but again, this takes time and practice, and I wouldn't do anything until we're done for the entire year, and you'll have all these fractals memorized in your memory, and you can use them for any market. Neil today, he had uh, a lot of fractals on a lot of different indices and gold. So he's covering all these markets, and I'm kind of covering uh, the micro here, and then I provide a setup and a trade, and he offers his advice on the smaller time frames, and I look at his work and I kind of combine it with what I do, and oftentimes, very often, we agree. Okay, and I can't cover all the markets. It's impossible. I can't do that. I stay in a micro, and that's where I belong. And Neil, he'll look at the other markets, the other time frames. He'll actually do a chart, minute by minute on a particular indices, and if it agrees with the longer time frame, okay, he's saying the weekly gold um, fractal is getting closer for a confirmation to be active. Weekly gold. Okay. Um, why would gold go down? I don't know. There's no logic to the market. It's absolutely chaos. You can't interpret, what the market's going to do. If you hear something from someone, everybody interprets the news in a different way. So, am I going to try to figure out why gold is hopping? No, you can't do it. You have to look at the form of the market. You have to look at the fractal, and then you could do a technical trade, uh, quick and dirty. And my professor gave me that term. Okay, quick and dirty. For example, on the 5 minute time frame here. Okay, now we're breaking the fractal band. Okay, the bottom fractal band is not holding, meaning the market is probably going to fall down more. Okay. If it does, okay, the 5 minute fractal again is helping us with the 15-minute downtrend in the market, and we're down okay 57 points now. Okay, now again we have a bottom reversal on the 5 minute time frame. We're breaking it, meaning that's going to help us with the 5 minute fractal here too. We're doing 33, 34. We're down 58 points. We might get a slam out on the open. Um, so okay, we're down 41, 34. Now, remember we did the scalp here at 37. I think no, we did scalp at 38. Okay, we're printing 32. Okay, Dave. Okay, you picked up about 6 points there, right? So if you want to scalp on a 5 minute time frame, you could do that all day long. Only when a clear fractal appears. And say you're in a trade on a 5 minute time frame. Okay, you got in around 38. I would put a stop on that little bounce at 43. So I would have a buy stop times two at 43. That would get me out of my short position. Okay, number one. And then number two, it would execute a long on the 5 minute time frame. Okay, so that's how you use fractals if you want to scalp on 5 minute time frame. You can do this on a 3 minute time frame and 1 minute time frame. Um, now a 2 minute bottom, Neil is saying. Okay, but you can have spikes on the open. So right now, because of the open, there's not too much you can do. You're going to have to determine how much of a profit you want. A 2 minute time frame, yeah, you probably get a bounce, but again, it's better to kind of look at the like the little longer time frames, like the 15-minute time frame. Um, but right now, it still kind of looks bearish. I can't find anything positive here for a bounce, but now down 53. let's take a look at the that 3 hour time frame. Okay, now 3 hour time frame, just like the slider, I would like ideally for that first leg over here to equal this leg over here. Now, if that happens, that's another uh, fractal out of the 32 that we're working with. But again, right now we're only working on a simple slider, the 7 up, the 7 down, the 3 up. We're going to work on those first, and once we get a command of that, then we can move into the base copy concept and other fractals, which take a little time to learn. But over a period of time, okay, you'll learn all of these, and you'll have them memorized. And all you have to do is to look at your monitor. I have a monitor in every room, and I got one in my bedroom, and I'm looking at the market all the time, and I'm just looking at in a picture. And what you have to do is learn to think and draw in pictures, and forget everything else. Okay, I've tried every system out there. I mean, and I've been trading a long time. I'm old. I can't. I had to find a way of doing this, and I began with Elliott Wave, and I moved it uh, to another point where, like time binders, we had knowledge from one generation to another generation, and when I see something, I'm just adding, and then I develop my fractal technique where if the market goes either way, you're covered, and you should be able to make money. But again, you have to lose money too in a market. That's part of the process. So you have to accept the fact that you're going to be wrong. But if you have a stop and you're controlling the trade, you're not going to blow up your account. Okay. Personally, beginning trading, I mean, a long time ago, yeah, I blew up my account a couple times, and I'm saying, oh, this is not working. Okay, and I keep examining things, and then I came upon the fractal concept, and I can kind of developed it, and I kind of tweaked it over the years, every day, looking at the market, and I developed my technique here, and it's been pretty good to me. Okay, now the market, okay, it's only down 48 points here, and I think the reason why it's bouncing back a bit is that 3 hour fractal. It seems to be holding here, and the 5 minute fractal. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh, the 5 minute fractal, we have a little throw over here. So it's possible that the 5 minute fractal will continue to go up at the moment. And it's quite possible that we made a bottom here on the 15-minute time frame at 37. I would take a profit because you look at the 3 hour time frame, it's holding around 45. All right. So right now, at the moment, minute by minute, the 5 minute time frame is bullish. The 15 time frame is bullish, and the 3 hour time frame is bullish for now. Okay. That could change at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, noon, and you'll have a different picture. So what we're doing here, we're learning to think and draw in pictures because a fractal is art. Okay, a fractal is a picture, and you can find these pictures in the market, and that's how we trade them. In the market, see now the market's going back up again. Okay, we're only down 43 points. Why do we have the bounce? We have the bounce because I'm looking at the 5 minute bottom there. We had a little throw over, and the 3 hour uh, fractal is looking pretty good for a bottom here too. So I would be out of the trade actually. Okay, I think we covered a lot here today. What do you think? Yeah. Oh, okay. I can go back to that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I hear you. I hear you. Okay, let me work on that, and I'll try to put them all together. Uh, but if the core handful of fractals work, okay, the ones we're looking at every day, slider and seven up, the other ones work too. Okay, so I'll try to put that together. Again, we have the entire year, so hang in there, and I'll try to do the best I can. Okay. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop recording, and hopefully, it's going to be saved on my desktop on my computer, and then I'm going to drag it into your channel, and then you'll be able to see the actual video, my voice, and your voice. Okay, so I'm going to do that now. And when I drop the video and you see it, can you, write to me and tell me how the sound quality is and how the video quality is? This is a first time I'm doing it. Okay, so let me know. Give me a little feedback on the quality of the video because we can do some more of these in the future, and they're easier to manage too. Okay, you can just download them, but unfortunately, it's going to be big. If we're talking for an hour. Um, so let me, I'm gonna stop recording. I'm gonna save it with today's date, and I'll drop it into your channel. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let me know. I'd like to find out how it looks and sounds and everything. Okay. And then we can meet. You want to meet next Friday again? Okay, yeah, let's try for Friday because I'm trying to catch up with a lot of work here. Let's do Friday, same time, 8:30 my time here, and I'll give you a call or you give me a call, and then we can do another class session here. Okay?
All right, sounds good.
Okay. Oh, today's Friday, right? You have a good weekend then. Okay. Okay, buddy. Talk to you later.